let's talk about sales. Actually, let's talk about how to close more sales. Right? Hey everybody, it's John Paramore, and we are going to talk about how to close more sales. I know a lot of you guys reach out to us on the regular and talk to us about how do I get more sales? How do I close more sales? How do I take the people that reach out to me, whether it's through a DM or through some type of lead generation format or service, or even when you guys are out cold calling, knocking on doors, using the phone, whatever, how do I get these people to convert faster? One of the methods that I want to go over with you right out of the gate that I love more than probably anything else that we're going to go through today, and that it's very, very important, is the method that I like to call stop selling. Nobody likes to be sold. And I know that's one of those concepts that kind of blows your mind. And when I say that and people hear that, they're asking themselves, what does it mean to stop selling? If you have to force somebody through a transaction, if you've got to force somebody or use what I would call hard closing tactics to get somebody to buy, 9 times out of 10, those people are going to feel some level of buyer's remorse. So nobody likes to be sold. So if I'm you, and as a guy who has sold a lot of, and I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars worth of revenue in sales alone in my 20-year career, one of the things that I learned probably midway through my career was that nobody likes to be sold. People don't like to feel like they're rolling through some type of transaction. They just want to feel like it's natural. They want to feel like you're building a relationship with them. They want to feel like they like you. They want to feel like that what they're doing is authentic, and they want to feel like they actually made the choice. Instead of trying to think about how do I overcome all these objections? How do I talk this person into this transaction? Come at them with a servant type of mindset. A servant mindset asks more questions than tells more prescriptions, right? So that might be, well, tell me what's going on. How did you get here, right? And they'll start to walk you through it, and you go, great. And what you're trying to do is what essentially that we call the pain to paradise model, right? You're trying to get them to focus on the pain. How did you get here? What's the problem? How does it feel to stay in that space? Great. So if we could solve that, then what would be the outcome? Get them to paint the picture of like, well, this would be great, and this would be great, and this would be great. And then just simply ask them the question of, okay, great. Let me reiterate. Here's the pain. Here's the paradise. Here are the two things. You have a bridge that needs to be created in the middle. How do you intend to do that? Right? That gets them to a place where they think to themselves, their mind starts to think about, well, I don't know the answer to that, but I think you know the answer to that because you're clear about my pain, and it seems like you're clear about how to get people to the paradise side. What do you know, and how could you help me get to that other side so I don't have to kind of figure out the middle? Another big thing that I like to use in order to close more sales is a process called know, like, and trust. One thing that's absolutely imperative, and one thing that I absolutely know, is that people buy from who they know, like, and trust. How do you get somebody to get to that point where they know, like, and trust you? This is authentic relationship building. Authentic relationship building looks like getting to know somebody. So for instance, I don't care if it's out in the world of door-to-door sales. I don't care if it's person-to-person sales. I don't care if it's B2B sales. Doesn't matter what type it is. Do your research. Come in contact with somebody. Pay attention to surroundings, pay attention to what's going on in the environment. Find something that's common where you can start to build a relationship on. If you think about like all the friends that you have, all the relationships that you have that are close people that you talk to on a regular basis, what's the one form of commonality that you often speak about? It could be sports, it could be guns, it could be nerd talk around lead generation, it could be a ton of different things that you guys just have in common that you constantly talk about and go back and forth with. So just like that is the same with any prospect that you come in contact with, you got to get them to a place where they know you, they're your authentic relationship building, where they like you, right? That whole thing is a big deal, right? Sometimes we come in contact with people, we feel like they have good data and good information, but maybe their energy isn't the best. It's not something, they're not somebody that we jive with. It's not somebody that we really enjoy hanging out with, right? It's hard and difficult to buy from those people. We really got to get people to a place where they know us and they like us. Okay, that's a big deal. We've got a great personality. We kind of jive with people. We can relate to people. We're having conversation with people. Everything's flowing smooth. We start to build the relationship, and then we kind of start to like each other. We're kind of in that space where it's like, you seem like a pretty cool dude. Maybe we could go play karate or something in the garage later. But that's the key, knowing them, liking them, and trusting them. How do we get somebody to trust us? When you tell somebody that you're gonna deliver something, deliver something. That's the fastest way. I don't care if it's something small, right? Most of the time in my world of sales, if we tell them, hey, I'm gonna send you an email. Hey, I'm gonna follow up with you on a certain date. Hey, I'm gonna call you at a certain time. You gotta make sure that when you say you're gonna do it, you actually do it. That's the fastest way for you to build trust with somebody is, I say I'm gonna do it, I'm integrity with what I'm gonna do, therefore now you trust me. So number one, we go back to the first point, stop selling, okay? When you're ready to come into that place and you're ready to engage these people, take the big three, know, like, and trust, engage them from that place, okay? The last thing, and probably the most important thing when it comes into generating, closing, whatever you wanna call it, more sales, is referrals, 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 okay? Most people pass this up. But if you take people through a process where you do authentic relationship building, you stop selling, you get them to know, like, and trust you, they're gonna know other people that they already like, that they already have a relationship with, that already trust them, and that can now can basically back you up, and they can back you up and they can say, I like this guy, he's nice, I've had good conversations with him, I really enjoy talking with him or her, and I trust him. Everything that he's ever said that he was gonna do, he followed up with, he actually did it. And I was really excited to go through this process with him. So if this is what you're looking for, if you guys are out in the market trying to buy this thing, I highly recommend you call this person. To me, there's no better sale, there's no quicker sale, there's no faster way to generate a sale than what is known as social proof, where someone says, I know John, I trust John, I like John, everything that he says he's gonna do, he follows up with, the process has been exceptional. And if you think about it, probably the best sales experiences that you've ever been through have come from someone saying, hey, I know you're in the market for X, Y, and Z. I would highly suggest you call this guy, right? And we've all got those people in our phones and our databases that we're gonna look up and call because somebody referred them to us, right? So you're probably asking yourself, but John, how do I get more referrals? Really great question. How about you ask? Ask for referrals. That's all you've got to do. Most people take that whole referral process and they complicate the crap out of it. It's as simple as this. Hey, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, I know everything went well here. I assume that you guys are happy. Are you guys happy? Yes, you're happy. Okay, great. So I want to ask you, okay, who do you know that could benefit from the exact same process and service that I just took you through? Who do you know that you have a good relationship with, that you know if you say, hey, I really like John, I think you guys would be very, very intelligent and smart and wise people to look him up and go with him. Who do you know that might fit in that side of things? So I promise you, I also use a term relatively frequently when I ask somebody referrals. If you could help me, that's the key. People love to help other people. If you could help me to grow my business, who might be some people that I could speak with that are just like you? I really like working with you guys. Who are some people that I could talk with that are just like you? Now, in seeking a good referral, what I would strongly suggest is you get a good testimonial out of the people, right? You have them and say, look, I need you to actually write down a really solid testimonial. Write down what your experience was totally about. Where were you or how are things before you found me or I found you? What was the process that we went through? How was the process when we went through it? And then at the end, what was the outcome that you got? Tell them in description exactly what you want them to write in a testimonial so they express that in their own words to somebody that might come across it, might say, I don't know if I want to engage with this guy or not, but then you get that social proof, that really strong testimonial of exactly where they were, exactly what they went through, and exactly what the solution was that they ended with. In the end, that's going to be enough for them to express to someone else exactly why they need to work with you. So let's recap real quick, okay? Number one, stop selling. Number two, know, like, trust. Get people to know, like, and trust you. And number three, last and probably biggest, make sure that you're creating such a great process with your prospect and people that are buying from you that they want to refer you out to a gazillion other people. If you can get people to refer you like crazy, you're going to close more sales than you know what to do with. All right, so you guys know the drill. We need you guys to like it. We need you guys to like this video if you got something from it. Get it out to other people by liking it. They're going to see it too. We also need you to comment. And by comment, I need you to put some questions down in the comment section. I'm going to come back around and answer those for you. That's kind of my gift to you. And then we need you guys to subscribe. By subscribing, you guys are telling the algorithms you want to see more cool shit like this, and we'll bring it to you. So like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill. See you soon.